Good morning, brothers and sisters. Have you shouted for joy to God by faith? That's not because of feeling, for we know this precious truth. So we exercise our faith and then shout for joy to God. I read Song of Solomon today. I find it is so good that the Lord appreciates us just about everything. I saw the appreciation of the beloved towards the teeth of his love, the teeth which is hiding in the mouth, and it is not easy to see. And the beloved prays about his love's teeth. He described it in detail. I find that the Lord is attentive to me. When I open my mouth, when I speak, I smile, or when I eat. All these are the time when I expose my teeth. How precious all these minor things in my life. The Lord is aware of that. Even the Lord inclines his ear to hear. We shall sing to God by faith. You see how we are loved by God, and God loves us with his tender loving care. He cares for our big and small things. He is so responsive. Hence, brothers and sisters, I still encourage you to shout for joy, to live by faith, to rejoice by faith. I'd like to sing a hymn with you. This hymn is in Songs of Love 9, March On by Faith.
By my love I enter Canaan from wilderness. By my brother I conquer giants and fortress. Faith as my shield rid the devil's missiles. By my Lord I overcome the world, sing and smile. He holds my hand through all dangerous waters and flames. His rod and staff guide and protect me all the way. The Lord loves me, and I love him dearly. How warm and sweet he embraces me all my life. His love and grace pave my journey of sorrows and cheers. For his love I follow firmly with thankful tears. How I long to see my Lord with my eyes. How I long to abide with my Lord forever.
I was deeply impressed by this hymn. I felt I'm a person with mission while singing. My life now is so different from before I believed the Lord. I'm directional. I knew well where I invest my life. I'm targeted. Unlike before, I didn't have dream and I didn't know what I want. But now, if you ask me what is my dream is to be the closest with the Lord and to build the church after his heart. And during this process, I will encounter the attack and hindrance from the enemies. What we need most is the Lord himself. We have to exercise our faith to trust in the Lord. In the second stanza mentioned, he holds my hand through all dangers, water, and flames. It sounds very scary, the land of water and flames and dangers. But we have the Lord. His rod and his staff will protect us all the way. What I have committed to him, surely he will keep it to the end, for he is responsible for my life to the end. I really enjoy in the second stanza. He mentioned he holds my hand through all difficulties. He holds my hand and walked. I feel so warm and support, and I am not alone, for he is holding my hand. And I also felt there is the interflow of love. It is an enjoyment to follow the Lord to the battlefield all round. This is the experience of love with the Lord, the love stories with him. And all this love experience with the Lord is the sweet memories in eternity. The first stanza mentioned, "The Lord's love and grace paved my journey." I firmly believed, and I'm totally agree with that. Though my life has not ended yet, but I can say, as what David said, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." I hope I will cling on the Lord closely. I trust in Him with loyalty. Let us march on by faith hand in hand. Shall we sing it one more time? And we will worship after we finish.
By my love I enter Canaan from wilderness. By my brother I conquer giants and fortress. Faith as my shield, rid the devil's missiles. By my Lord I overcome the world, sing and smile. He holds my hand through all dangerous waters and flames. His rod and staff guide and protect me all the way. The Lord loves me, and I love Him dearly. How warm and sweet He embraces me all my life. His love and grace pave my journey of souls and cheers. For His love I follow firmly with thankful tears. How I long to see my Lord with my eyes. How I long to abide with my Lord forever.
Lord, thank you for you pave our paths with loving kindness. We have you to tailor-make our life, whether it is up or down. You will not let us face alone, but it is you who is holding our hands to carry us through. You will lead us all the way until we see your face gloriously. Thank you for giving us the chance to love you in return. O Lord, may you bless us so that we can follow you with loyalty. Whether it is going to be north wind or south wind, you help us to trust in you and march on by faith. Let us have a desired hearts to go through these days with you, to know your heart better. I really long that myself and the whole church to stay closely with you in the coming days, to enjoy that you as our life, to stand firm after we go through all things. Lord, may you bless us. Now it's time for you to stop the recording. You can quiet before God, have a close chat with Him, to worship or sing a song to Him. It's so precious for you to be face to face with the Lord leisurely. You can stop the recording or wait until you finish this recording and have some time to draw near the Lord. Brothers and sisters, we'll read in Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 4. Shall we read the verse? Your neck is like the Tower of David, built in rows of stone. On it hang 1,000 shields, all of them shields of warriors. If a man praise the neck of a woman like a tower built in rows of stone, it sounds odd, but if we meditate deeper, there is some kind of description like stiff neck, who is so stubborn and not willing to change his attitude or mind. Of course, it is a negative comment to address his stiff neck. That means he is not willing to accept even the good ideas or advice. He is so bull-headed. If we understand the cultural background of the Bible and relate it with other verses about the neck, then we know the neck here is not the stiff neck or being stubborn, unwilling to accept others' opinion, but it has the meaning of raising the head, steadfast and confident. In Job chapters 15 verse 26 mention, running stubbornly against him with a thickly bossed shield. Running stubbornly, obviously it meant to have a steadfast heart, lifts up the head and face the enemies. The head is lifted and supported by the neck and to march forward. We're facing the hardships without fear, and this verse mentioned this tower was built by David. We can overcome temptation by the Lord one by one and reign in life. And Song of Solomon has clearly declared, "Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial." You have to endure the test and put your trust in the Lord. Never bow to temptations. Very often, there are many trials and temptations in Christian life. James described as various trials, for God wants to make us grow. It is a training. It is blessed if we can endure it. Brothers and sisters, this verse declares the Lord's appreciation to us. We endure in battle for Him to the end. Our bravery has shown in the battle. Believing Him like the Tower of David, which built in rows of stone and remains standing. The Lord also appreciates us to prepare well in all things, to prepare and equip ourselves for the battle in the coming days. I really appreciate many brothers and sisters who longs to preach the Gospels in overseas, so they go and learn different languages. It is good for us to have more skills in order to serve the Lord. All these are the warriors of God. The Lord appreciates and treasures them very much. Hence, these verse mentioned the tower which built in rows of stone. On it hang 1,000 shields. Thus, we have the weapons ready to face the enemy. The best equipment is to draw near the Lord daily. We have the strong and satisfied spirits. He is our commander. We are more than conquered through Him. On the other hand, I was thinking, in order to see the neck of that person, his head must be lifted. As you can imagine, it is unable to see his neck if his head is down. The Lord praise us, for we have straightened up and raised our heads to look upon Him. Not only He wants to see our face, but see our neck as well. We shall lift up our heads and look at the sky. We are determined to put our trust in Him. Thus, we shall not be depressed. It is reasonable to compare faith as the neck. Brothers and sisters, I encourage you to look up to the sky more, to look up more when you are outdoor. It is also possible if you're in a house. You can even lift up your hands, for these have shown your trust to God. In Proverbs chapter 3 mention, "Let not steadfast love and faithfulness forsake you. Bind them around your neck. You have bind the loving kindness and faithfulness of God. It is better than wearing the gold necklace." Brothers and sisters, let us bind the loving kindness and faithfulness of God around us. His promise is true. Hence, His presence is with us. Our minds shall think of Him always. I see many people wearing the cross pendant. In my opinion, the crucial is to be practical. Our minds shall think of Him always. How meaningless to be a nominal Christian, to come to the meeting physically, but absent-minded. It is worthless. God longs for us to be the Tower of David, built in rows of stone. On it hang 1,000 shields, all of them shields of warriors. It is so realistic. A tower is not for sightseeing, but it is for hanging of 1,000 shields for the battle and victory. I'm so grateful to the Lord that I'm a Christian, as well as a good soldier of Christ. We shall take up the shield of faith for the Lord, with which you can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one. We fight the good fight for Him. Speaking of shields, it is so meaningful. The shield is for the protection. In fact, it is also a weapon. It is written many times that God is our shield in the Old Testament. In Proverbs chapter 2 verse 7 mentioned, He He is a shield to those who walk in iniquity. The word he is referred to God, who is the shield for those who trust in him. It is so meaningful. You have to hold the shield with your hand. You have to hold on God and his promise, to hold on the presence of God, whom is our protection, to keep us away from danger. After we stand firm and be kept, then we can attack and prevail. God is our greatest refuge. We should trust in him, for he is our shield, but not ourselves. The Bible said, he is a shield to those who take refuge in him. Hence, faith is the key. The real faith is to put your trust in God. And in the New Testament mention, the shield in the letter to Ephesians chapter 6 verse 16 mention, in all circumstances take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one. Obviously, Paul also compared faith with the shield. Brothers and sisters, the neck and the shield are referred to our faith. We shall persist and fight to the end. We need to be brave, but not by ourselves. We shall put our trust in the Lord. The beloved praise the neck of the darling like the praising of God in the letter to Hebrews. Some have the names, but some have no names. They quench the power of fire, escape the edge of the sword, since the shield has resisted this attack, was made strong out of weakness, became mighty in war, put foreign armies to fight. They were the one who trusted in God to the end and became the mighty in war. They were praised, for they were God's warriors. It is right for them to be praised, for God is pleased with them. In the letter to Hebrews, speaking of the way of pleasing God, and without faith it is impossible to please him. Hence, we should have the full confidence in God, to trust in him and draw near him always. Faith is based on trust and intimacy, to believe and accept his help. Brothers and sisters, let us be the warriors of God, as the stiff-necked for God, to hold fast to the end, to rely on him. Let us gain the praising of the Lord. There are many compliments of the beloved to the darling in Song of Solomon. It is mostly related to faith. As you can see, faith is very crucial. This spiritual battle will come to the end soon. Christ and the church will gain the victory at last. Let us persist to the end, to wait for the Lord's coming hand in hand. Let's have some time to draw near the Lord personally. You can pour out your heart to him. May the Lord bless you.